So guys, you've just listened to Dimash Kudaibergen. So what do you think about him?
My name is Giovanni, and I think he has a very beautiful voice, and the notes and the transition goes very well together. Very well, very well. I enjoy listening to his voice. Even though I'm an American and I really don't understand the language, I enjoy how he expresses himself within the music.
Okay, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I've never seen him before, and I don't know the language that he's singing in, but he has a beautiful voice.
Yes, very strong.
He can hit high C multiple times. He's hitting 2 or 3 notes above high C. Right. His transitions are good.
Very good.
Right. They're smooth, as he said. Right. They're fluid. He's not straining. Right. Right. He can drop it down soft, and he can hit that same note
Over and over.
over and over, and whether it's a soft, tiny soft note, or whether he's letting it fly out like a laser beam. Right?
It's very good singing.
Yeah.
Very good singing.
Listening to him sing is like watching the tallest waterfall in the world. You just stop and stare and just stand there in shock and amazement and just listen to the incredible beauty of his voice.
Yeah, very beautiful, elegant.
Elegant, strong,
Yes, yes.
disciplined, very good.
So what's your name, please?
I'm Lori. Hi.
So I see so you are good at music, so you have a sense in music.
He's
so
got a
what-
voice that could do opera if he wanted to.
Yes, opera, very
And
good
also,
opera singer.
he could do very well singing. There's a Western composer of the 18th century called Handel, George Frederick Handel. He could really do Handel. I could imagine him doing Handel. I could imagine him doing Beethoven's opera. I could imagine him doing Beethoven or Schubert. Oh yeah.
Okay.
For the music I do love, or Johann Sebastian Bach. I could hear his voice doing that from the late 1600s, early 1700s, and he would nail it right on the button. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. He's like an opera singer, and people should listen to him because he's got a wonderful future ahead of him if he's careful and doesn't strain that voice and doesn't do anything stupid with it. Don't force that voice into something it isn't built for, right? Like, that's the problem that the opera singer Juan Flores is having right now. He is what you call a bel canto singer from the music of the first half of the 1800s.
They say that he has 6 octaves of his, his voice.
And Juan Flores, he is now forcing his voice into doing major Italian opera Verdi from the 1860s, 70s, 80s. His voice is not built for it, and it is suffering. I heard Juan Flores in a concert, and it is nowhere near the voice I saw in a concert that was televised in 2007. If this young man takes care of it, gets himself, I don't mean just anybody, but a really good vocal trainer, right? And so he'll take care of this voice and understand where its strengths are and where it needs a little more training. He's got a little tiny bit of problem transition sometimes.
Actually, so he has been training 3 years old.
He's been training. I can tell. He's been training.
Yeah.
It's just he's trying to add some pop into it, popular music, right? You better be careful because that can really strain it.
So what's your attitude to music? So you are speaking so professionally about music.
I like his music.
Just music lover or professional?
I love music. I've loved music since I was a little tiny girl. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be an opera singer when I was a girl.
Wow.
But my parents couldn't afford the music lessons, so I couldn't take the piano and I couldn't get the voice lessons. Right? So I sang for years in a church choir, right? But his voice, you can tell it's trained. It's beautiful. It's just he better be careful about doing that pop music because I could hear him straining just
Yeah.
a little bit on some of the shifts over on some of the notes. When he
Yeah.
pulls a note and then he pulls it, right? I can
Drags
hear
it
it.
a little bit,
When he
yeah.
drags it, I can hear a strain just a tiny bit. He needs to be careful about that.
I feel like he would be a better singer.
But otherwise, I could listen to his voice every single day for the next year. And I still would not get enough of it.
Okay, and I hope that your friends and your family will listen to him also,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So will you introduce him to your family, to your friends?
Well, if you'll write down how to spell it,
Yes.
I've
So-
got a brother-in-law who's a music critic in London
Oh, really?
for a big newspaper,
Wow.
right? He may have heard this young man before, I don't know. So I'd have to write his name down and send it to Jeff. And ask my sister Kathy to ask Chris if he's heard of this young man and try to listen to him on YouTube or something and see what he thinks.
So you know that I have a present for you. So here's a chocolate.
Oh, thank you.
Chocolate
You
from
want half?
Kazakhstan. Yes, and he will have one. And here's the name, and
Oh,
so
that's the name on it. Okay.
yeah, it's a name on it.
Arno.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay.
very beautiful.
Here, you should put the chocolate with me.
Okay.
Thank
So
you
I have
very
one more
much.
chocolate, not for it. So and this is for you.
Thank
okay.
you. Thank you.
So subscribe to his channel.
Thank you
So-
very, very much. Thank you.
Thank
He can sing like a female alto.
Mm.
He could even sing baritone.
Mhm.
When he does the deeper stuff and he
Yeah.
gets a good deep breath and carries it, he can sing baritone. That's like 3 ranges right there. Oh yeah. There was a singer once that could do that. I'm trying to remember who it was that could do 4 ranges. I forget how many years ago it was. First was a male singer. Could sing all the way down into the lower baritone and all the way up to the high C. I forget who it was. It's a long time ago, I think.
I wasn't expecting him to hit some of those notes.
No,
At
I
all.
wasn't
I was
expecting
not
to hear something
expecting that.
beautiful like this. Usually
Exactly. I
the
was
music
not
in here
expecting
is
that. Hey, mhm.
pop. Okay.
Yeah, I was expecting to hear something like K-pop, something like that. But when he hit that high, oh my gosh, that high note, and then he kept going past with.
And past that high note
Yep.
even higher and
Mhm.
higher. And I'm listening to that nice, pure, fluid.
Yeah, the flow was just so nice.
That silver flute
Yep.
piccolo sound.
Mhm.
And I said, oh, he knows what he's doing. He can sing.
Yeah, he wasn't. It didn't sound like an amateur. That's
Oh
what I
no,
like.
this is not an amateur.
No, it's not an amateur.
How old is he? Because
He's
it's-
25.
Oh, 25?
Yes, he can sing in several 8 languages, I think.
He's got time ahead of him. Most people don't hit the peak of the strength of their range in their voice until their 30s, usually about mid-30s. So he's still got growing to do. He's still going to find out what his voice can do.
Yes.
There's going to be more.
Yes,
There's going to be
yes,
more that his
so-
voice can
yes,
do.
we
They
believe.
usually hit the maturity on a male singing voice. Usually hits its maturity when it's got a range like this. Usually hits its maturity about 35 or so.
Yeah.
Some of the women hit about 30 and they can keep it up until they're about 50, right? Voices like this, they can keep it up until they're about 50 or so. Then right around there, oftentimes when they're about 55, 60, they'll start dropping down and singing parts in a lower range. That's what Renee Fleming is doing now. When she did, about a year or 2 ago, she sang in Sound of Music on Broadway. She sang the part that was the Mother Superior in the convent. That's a lower range, and Renee Fleming was in the lower range years ago. Now she was singing that range on Broadway.
Yeah, Dimash is getting better and better year by year.
But,
so,
but
yeah,
as they
comparing with
really
his
get older,
earlier.
they've got to drop the
Yeah.
range and use their lower section.
Because it's harder to maintain that high tone. Yeah. But I feel like if he keeps doing his thing like this, the limit is there is no limit. There is no limit.
Yeah, I gotta tell him.
And do you know that he has
I know Jeff isn't into pop. He's classical and he's 20th century classical and earlier classical. I think they'll find this young man's voice interesting.
Maybe it's the younger side of me, but I did like the mixture of the pop.
Yeah, you like the mixture of the pop, right?
I liked it. I liked it a
I'm
lot.
a purist.
The mixture
Don't
was
mind
nice.
me. I'm a
No,
purist.
it's all
Yeah.
right.
I'm
I
an older
like
generation.
I like hip hop.
Yeah.
So I like hip hop, R&B. So and I do like opera. I love opera.
I love opera.
So when he combined all three of them, to me that was beautiful.
That was amazing.
To
They
me,
can
that was
actually-
beautiful.
Usually they can do pop,
Yeah.
or they can do opera,
Certain
or
things.
they
Yeah.
can do some transition.
Yeah.
There were some singers over the years that could do,
Mhm.
like Celine Dion, like Celine could do transition.
Yes. Very good.
Who else could do? Pavarotti could do transition. Carreras could do transition. Placido Domingo could do transition. He could go from a bit of pop and go back into the opera and go back and forth a bit.
Mhm.
And then there were some pop singers that could do that. Could move.
Mariah Carey.
Old pop singers.
Mariah Carey.
From, well, you're talking Mariah Carey,
Mhm.
and I'm talking 1940s,
Ooh.
1930s.
Okay. Yeah, that's way past my
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I grew up listening to that music. My father was born in 1919.
Oh, okay.
He would have been 100 years old this year. So I grew up listening
Yeah.
to these famous people on older records. Yeah. Caruso, we heard it. The Metropolitan Opera baritones and basses and tenors from the 40s and 50s and into the 60s, we heard it. Right? I heard some beautiful things. That's where some of it would come back. Styles were-
So yesterday Dimash had a concert here at Barclays Center, and there were 17,000,
concert here?
17,000 people, and
Good.
from 60 countries, at least 60 countries, and 42 states from the
I'm
US,
glad.
the
I'm
US
glad.
states.
That's nice.
And so
Because he needs
he had full
He
house,
needs,
yeah.
oh no, listen, what is it? He needs the exposure.
Yeah.
'Cause I'd never
The
heard of him
publicity.
before.
Yeah.
Publicity.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called exposure. Yeah.
He's well known in Asia, in Russia, in Europe, but not
he's-
not very well in the US.
Yeah.
So that's
If he's
why.
known in Europe, my brother-in-law might have heard him already. 'Cause It depends on what concerts.
So will you send
It depends on
him-
what concerts my brother-in-law is writing the reviews for. Okay, I'll ask Jeff. I'll ask Kathy to ask Jeff if he's
Beautiful
heard this
voice.
young man yet, because he does have a beautiful range, the beautiful purity of those high notes. Amazing. He's almost like a countertenor.
And I like the chocolate bar. He has shirts and things like that too, right? I would hope he has shirts. Merchandising is very good too, to put yourself out there in a way. And I feel like he's going somewhere. He's going somewhere.
He's got a voice. He's got a talent.
Okay, thank you. And you are from? Are you from the US?
I'm from New York City. Yeah, I'm just staying
Oh.
here. It's my last night here.
Oh, okay, okay. So thank you very much.
Thank
so
you very
I hope
much.
you enjoyed it.